All right, guys, we are back. Welcome back to the Underwater Fly Zone podcast. We're in the process of getting back into doing these, and I'm excited for you guys because we have one of your all-time favorite guests back on the podcast with his wife. Let's just get right into it. Let's start off. Who else do we have? You introduce yourself first.
Okay, so my name is Macy.
If you don't know Macy, you haven't watched us long enough. That's my wife to my right. But then we got our guest coming in here today. It's been a long time coming. Why don't y'all introduce yourselves to the people?
Ladies first.
I'm Simona. I am DeMontez's wife.
Simona in the building. I've been excited for this one because we already had DeMontez on here before, but Simona, this is her first time on the pod. But.
Yes, it's my first.
And of course, my name is DeMontez, the husband of Simona.
Let's go. Hey, round 2 for DeMontez. Like I said, make sure to go check out our first episode. A lot of you guys already seen it, but go check it out. We did it at the No Limit Fitness Gym. And guys, we got a lot we're going to get into today, just as far as I'm trying to talk about like marriage advice, marriage experience type stuff. But I want to just start by asking an update on No Limit Fitness. What's going on with the business and how's life been? It's been about 2 years since I really seen y'all. I know you came to our event back in, like a year and a half ago, the summer event. Y'all were in the fashion show, weren't you?
Yeah, we were.
Yeah, that was so awesome.
Yeah, that was lit.
But anyways, a little life update.
Yep.
You want to start or?
Go ahead.
A lot has happened since we've spoken. When we did that episode, we were at Dynasty at that particular time.
Yes.
We're no longer at Dynasty.
Mm-hmm.
We're in a process of building out our own facility, and we're also located in Overland Park with Voodoo Volleyball in conjunction with Roots Volleyball out in Overland Park, right next to Florin Decor off of 35 and 75th Street. So
That's
we got
sick,
two different locations, one in which we're partnered with a club, and then the other one where we're in the process of building, and we're like, I would say about 85% now.
I'd say about
80% done.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, that's where we're at as far as with the facility aspect. But I would just say a lot of growth has happened since then.
Yeah.
Respectfully to what we've been through, which is a lot, but I want this episode to be helpful for the viewers and for those who are going through difficult circumstances, because God doesn't put us through anything that we can't handle, and it's always something positive that we can take from a negative situation. So
For sure.
yeah. You want to?
Yes. Basically, I just been here for the ride. It's
Probably
supported.
That's how she probably feels at times, yeah.
Yep. God put it on my heart to obviously be a part of No Limit Fitness, even though it started off as his baby. I just got welcomed in and embraced, and I feel like this is where I'm supposed to serve and be right alongside my husband. So it's been an enjoyable ride.
Definitely.
Again, like you said, we've been through some ups and downs with the whole process, but it's supposed to prune us and grow us, and if we don't get uncomfortable, we can't get to the next level. So
Definitely.
I feel like that was a lot that we learned through.
And the Bible says, "Consider it all joy when you face trial of many kinds."
Yep.
So that's let's talk about, just to start this off. Let's talk about the trials a little bit, because one video that stuck out to me, I actually reached out to you whenever you posted it. Really an inspiring video. Anytime someone gets online and is so vulnerable, it's just inspiring to me, especially when it's somebody that I know is such a respectable man. You got on there and you said, basically talking about No Limit Fitness and all the growth, and you said, and I almost gave this all up.
Yeah.
And that was kind of where I left off. And then you were talking about kind of the rebuild and all that. And then next thing you know, I see you switch locations. So kind of like, if you would like to break that down for us a little bit and just kind of explain the growth journey you've been on.
Yeah, man. I first of all, I appreciate you reaching out after I had posted that. I feel like after I posted that, a lot of people who was close and near to me, they reached out and just, concerned, a little bit, just like, man, you was about to quit. You almost gave up. Like, why? But you ever been in a situation where you've given your all, but you didn't get appreciated the way that you would like to get appreciated?
I would say so.
Most
definitely, yeah.
And that's kind of what we were dealing with, what I was dealing with personally. And just a lot of, back and forth, had the gloves on, fighting a lot with our partners over at Dynasty. And I prayed about this before I came here. I made sure that this is something that God was comfortable with me sharing, rather than just like not mentioning, organizations and clubs and stuff like that. I wanted to be as clear as possible because, again, this can be, helpful for those who are watching and giving them the strength that they need in order to move forward. And, sometimes a situation that may be serving you in a good way, but it may be doing more damage to you internally than what your external situation look like. Because everybody from the outside, they can look at it like, oh, they're doing good, they're good because they see us training athletes, they see that we may have success or whatever the case may be, but there's always something deeper going on in the situation when you really see it for face value.
Sure.
And that's really what the situation was ultimately. We gave a lot to the athletes, a lot to the coaches, a lot to people who, really didn't show us appreciation. We put in extra time, extra hours, watching these athletes perform, like going out of our way to support athletes. Like we're not getting paid for any of that, like think about spending hours of your day when I can be spending time with my wife, and like doing, the marriage thing, building up our, chemistry and our, bond. We use that time to actually go celebrate, the and support the athletes that we train.
For sure.
And it was just times where nobody wouldn't even speak to us. They'll just look at us and just like, oh, you're like, okay, like we're here for you, but you don't even speak to us, like
definitely.
It's just weird, so yeah, man, it's hurtful, when you go through something like that. So what I had to learn ultimately from that was, our gifts or our talents really are used for God at the end of the day. It's not really about getting validation from people. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Like, it's like, it comes from God, so we can do what we're supposed to do, but not look for validation or not look for, people to give us a pat on our back for things that we're supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
And, yeah, man, it took getting hurt to really to see that, for what it was, for real. But, I feel like I've healed and learned from that journey. And now it's like you always wear a weighted vest. Like, on my workout videos, people see me with this weighted vest.
Yeah.
And I work out with it, it's getting me stronger while I'm wearing it. But when I take it off, I feel a sense of relief.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's causing stress on my body, and that's what the situation was at Dynasty. It was like it was causing stress. It was causing internal issues. It was causing a lot of confusion.
Yeah.
Because people would be like, "Oh, we believe in you," but then also be like, "Oh, are you sure you want to do that? I don't know if you're gonna do good." And
yeah, I feel that, man. I felt that right there.
You know, so it was a lot of that, and I'm just like, once you cut those connections off, and you really start to have a better relationship with God, making sure that, me and my wife are on the same page. Now I'm able to feel a lot freer. I'm able to feel like, I could
Definitely.
breathe, and I can. It got me stronger, and it got me prepared for what's next, which is, the relationship that we're building with, Voodoo Volleyball and Roots Volleyball.
Yeah.
Those are our two main partners right now. We're just, grinding it out with them. We also work with Northland Static. They're over here on the Missouri side. It's actually a faith-based club. So their owner or their club director is actually a pastor.
That's awesome.
And he prays for us. It's just a different type of energy, that's associated with it. So, yeah, man, a lot has transpired, but again,
Definitely.
there's so much that I've learned from that,
For sure.
What you think?
That's what I was gonna say, because like that's a lot to go through, and as the wife, you're right in there in the fight, and I bet we could relate with that in a lot of ways too. So I'm interested to see kind of your experience with the whole thing.
Yeah, it was coming into it. Tess used to always say like, "Oh, I don't know, maybe I'm crazy or something. Like maybe it's all in my head." And coming into it, he was already there for about 3 years.
Yeah, so I was there from 2019, and then you came around in 2022.
Yeah.
So I was there for 3 years.
3 years.
Yeah, so about 3 years, he was already into it, and then that's when I came in. And I would say, like, starting off, I think we felt like there was moments and spurts where you're like, okay, yeah, like we feel like we want it here, like, and then there were some good things that happened out of it where it was like, okay, I can see how we're feeling like family now, like we're on the board, and we were kind of supported throughout our wedding and everything, and there was like some helping hands with some of the parents that were there.
Absolutely.
We've grown to build our village there. Also with some of the athletes that are still with us to this day. Like we have some loyal athletes, we have some loyal parents that we grew and pretty much like intertwined with our family, our No Limit family. And then there was also, some coaches that showed some support as well, that wanted to send their athletes to us and things like that. So it was some great moments there. And it's almost like, it's a weird thing where you have something good in one sentence, but then you have something that contradicts it in the same sentence.
Yeah, definitely.
And so it's like, okay, how really, what is it?
Definitely.
Like, what truly is the real feeling? So I started kind of experiencing that personally, and I was just like, okay, maybe it's not in your head. Like this is kind of going in a way that I didn't expect it to go. And we did hit a season where we were asked to help support to save the business from basically not being there anymore. Due to like zoning and things like that. So we really took upon ourselves to make sure that we were there and present at every court session and every time that they needed us. But even in that sense, like we learned that it's like, okay, some things are just a part of the game. And it was a nice card to pull for us to be a part of it, because I mean, essentially they needed us because we were considered minorities and within the business, so they needed us to support them because the location of the building is in Wyandotte County, and there's not a lot of people who are from Wyandotte County that goes there or works there. So for me, being from Wyandotte County, I mean, he's from Chicago, but for me, being from Wyandotte County, it was a good card to play. Like, hey, you're from Wyandotte, like, help save our business. So it's like, and then it's like we believe in the vision that they have for their coaches and athletes. Like, we believe in the potential that they have, but sometimes you can fall in love with that potential and not really see things of really what it is. And I think that was the biggest thing that I had to grieve from, because it's like I see this empire like rising, and I see the good that we can do for it, and I see all that we can bring to the table and all the resources that we can help grow the empire. Because I mean, it's a lucrative business, and it's also very what's the word I could say, credible, because a lot of people, I mean, they have a lot of like D1 athletes that come out of this program.
For sure. So I remember being there and seeing the trophy display and all of that, man. I remember.
So it's like you see like the potential, you see the people like who are in the inside that they have the great like they have good hearts. Like, I wouldn't say everyone a part of this business didn't have good hearts. I feel like some of them did. But ultimately, when it's not across all boards, then it's like there's something that's around there that's spreading this negativity, or like this kind of like cancer inside of the business, where it's like, okay, the tarnish and the way that you look at people who are actually helping you kind of get diminished behind all of that. So I think going through that experience had taught me like, okay, well, there's a lot of wolves in sheep's clothing.
I've been learning that.
Yes.
For sure.
And then there are people who are on their own journey of figuring out how to be a better person, but it's like they're still there.
For sure.
Even when you are going through that transformation on trying to build yourself, like, you can still hurt people in the process.
For sure.
So that was something I think we really learned, and a lot of mind games.
For real.
A lot of mind games, a lot of like he said, build you up but tear you down in the same sentence. So it definitely was a very vulnerable time that we experienced. There was even things that we were going through personally in our personal lives, all while trying to put our best foot forward and into this business. So, but yeah, I mean, again, like, we appreciate the opportunity that we have there. We appreciate the people who really put us in position to grow and to become who we are today. But we also will never forget.
Yeah, no, and you shouldn't, because you got to learn those lessons. Like, you got to remember all that it taught you, and it's so easy to go on to the next thing and just kind of I feel like I've caught myself in that. But as y'all have been talking, I'm sitting here feeling like I can relate, but like, can you relate to this? Because I'm kind of thinking I can, but I'm trying to put a finger on why though.
Well, as a wife, you know, like, because Foster started the Underwater Fly Zone, and then I out of is it chance, not out of choice?
Yeah,
I don't know what it is, but I also am doing that stuff now. So it's like, you guys have your own business. Is it the No Limit Fitness? Is that what it is?
Yes.
So, yeah, it's like you're working with other people, like organizations and all that stuff, but ultimately you want your business to like become, you want it to grow too. So yeah, Foster has had so many instances of like different like people that have reached out and all that stuff, or like it doesn't work out, or like he's had a lot of people that have maybe second guessed, you know, maybe your character and all that stuff.
That's what I think. That's what it is. That's what because as you were talking, I was like, I can relate with this. Basically for us, the reason I can relate, I think, is because like we'll be at a pop-up sometimes, and someone will come in and start questioning, like, you know, what are you doing this for? Where's all this money going? All this stuff. I'm like, man, this is a small business. There ain't much money here. Like this costs a lot to get us to where we're at. But I'm like, why am I having to explain myself right now? Like, I'm out here just trying to make a difference. Like, I know my heart, and now I'm having to like defend something for no reason, you know?
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. And that's how you probably felt at times as well.
Yeah, it's like, you know, when you was giving so much or doing so much and, you know, passionate about it, right?
Yeah.
That same thing people would try to use against you.
Yeah, that's
You know
so
what
Oh my
true.
gosh,
That's true. What are you doing this for? Yeah, stuff like that, man.
It's
Oh,
like-
yeah.
Or trying to count your pockets. And
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like some
For
of the
real.
coaches, they would like, it felt like they would envy us because they would see how much we were charging for programs and stuff like that, but they don't understand like how much it costs to operate everything, to pay,
Definitely.
you know, coaches, to pay the rent that we was paying there and stuff like that. To where,
equipment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
sure, yeah.
equipment, and you know, again, we use a lot of that money to pour right back into the business. You know what I'm saying? So
and
it's
then
like,
from my standpoint, it's you're a professional.
Yeah.
You're helping these kids. You deserve to get paid. You deserve to
Well,
make it big, you know?
well,
Yeah.
for
Like
sure.
that's the way I see it.
Yeah.
For sure, and that's a whole nother, you know, that's like drifting to a whole different, you know,
For sure.
conversation
Definitely.
simply
Definitely.
because it's like people want to see you succeed, but they don't want to see you succeed more than them.
Exactly.
You know,
bro.
so they try to keep you in this box and keep you, again, I mean, I was in a basement, bro, like for
Exactly, bro.
2019 all the way up until 2025. You know what I'm saying? Like 6 years.
Yep.
5 of those years under No Limit Fitness. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
So, and it just felt like, you know, people would always be like, man, I want to see you be big, and I want to see you do this and see you do this, but there wasn't a lot of like, you know, figuring out how to actually make that possible, doing it the way that we were wanting them to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it was
definitely.
like, oh, well, let me just try to keep you here and you do it this way. And it's just like, well, this obviously isn't working.
Yeah.
You know,
definitely.
and you try to get people to do new things, and it's just like people get so caught in their ways and, you know, really only focus on themselves and focus on the people who's at the top of it
Yeah.
to where they don't really want to see you succeed. So we had meetings to where, you know, I'm just like, you know, we want some financial freedom in this situation too. Like we don't want to
Definitely,
be scraping for, you know, money. Like we barely are surviving, you know, off of,
Definitely.
you know, what we live with. So I feel like some people started to judge us based off of that conversation, you know, and started having judgment on who they thought that we were. And it's just like, no, I'm just trying to fight for, you know, for our family. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to fight for, you know, what it is that we need too. And we give and we look up and we have nothing. You know, we got impact, and that's good, you know, and that's what God wants us to do and all of the things, right? But when we look around, it's just like we don't have any freedom financially. You know,
Yeah, definitely.
We still broke. We still.
Yeah, and if they genuinely care about the impact, you can't continue to produce that impact living that way. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I felt with this business. Like, people, when we made our T-shirt change to going from the Gildens to the LA Apparel, like the stuff we put out now, everybody knows is one of the best quality shirts you could find, and that came with a cost. That went. Our shirts weren't $15 anymore. Now they're $40. And that got some people questioning intentions. Why is a shirt $40? I'm like, man, go to Shields, bro. Or that's another. But I just, I don't know. It's like, it goes back to like, why am I having to defend this? Like, and also, like, just, not that I need to even defend it right now, but like, we did a whole community vote. Like, it was a public vote. Y'all want to keep having shirts that are less quality, or do we, as a, movement, would y'all rather see us do higher quality? Bro, it was 100% of the people said higher quality. I'd rather pay more. But now that causes us to get looked at by somebody new coming in. What is this whole, I've heard, what's this money grab? Money grab, man. We're changing lives out here. Like, it's not even about that. And if you believe in our movement, there's got to be some sort of financial backing. We live in America. Like, we don't just, it's just the way the world works, So I don't know. I just always find myself having to defend it, and it really gets to me at times. But kind of to go back with what you were saying, man, we had a little mini team meeting. It was on our drive to Dallas, and I was talking to my guys, and I was just like, guys, when the Chiefs got Mahomes, everyone loved us. Everyone wanted to see us win. And then we started winning, and now everyone hates the Chiefs. And like this year, they're kind of like fall into that hatred almost. Like, I feel like they almost just lost their love for it a little bit, And it just, it sucks to see. I think we'll bounce back, though, I think they'll bounce back. But anyways, relating that to our business, I'm just like, man, people love us. People want to see us win. But if we don't keep our humble heart, if we don't keep our intention and our eyes on the prize, which is the prize is changing people's lives and genuinely, hopefully, I don't want to say saving people. That's Jesus saving people. But we're trying to, like, save people from committing that horrible act of suicide. Like, that's our main mission. And I'm like, if we keep our eyes on anything other than that, like, this is not, we're gonna be just like falling off, and like we get mostly all love, but like the few, it takes like one hate comment to like erase like 100 positive ones. I don't know if that's the same for y'all, but
it stings more.
Definitely.
It's like your heart, and what God put it on your heart to do for people. And then it's also like, I mean, like you said, like, Jesus, he's the one that's saving the souls, but you're bringing them to the fountain. And it's like that, how can you question that? Like, how can you, I mean, there's so many other things going on in the world where it's like, you could be doing anything else.
For sure.
And people have a comment about that, but it's like, you're doing something positive, and you're also changing lives in the process, but it's like, you're doing it through what people, like, this is your tool. Like, apparel is your tool.
For sure.
The
podcast too,
Yeah, but it's like what you wear is like people like read it and they're like declaring that over their lives.
Yeah, no, most definitely.
Yeah.
It makes a statement.
Yeah, it does make a statement. Like, when I wear my shirt, they're like, oh, like,
that's fire, dude. That's so cool. But all right, so this camera has a 30-minute record limit on it. We're at 23 minutes. I'm gonna switch it here in a minute. I'm gonna title this episode, "Why Is Marriage Worth It?" And that I think that should be, because I think this is a perfect segue.
Yes.
I don't know. We'll just go from there. I'm gonna switch this camera real quick.
Okay,
Let's do it. Just say it.
Well,
Just go.
yeah.
You lit the
Sometimes I
fire.
ramble.
I ramble. Me and you are the same.
Well, it doesn't seem like you do. You're doing a great
I
job.
can ramble all day.
All right, so we're back. The camera didn't cut out, so I'm grateful for that. It's part two. It's that was halftime. We're back in the second half of this pod now, and I just wanted to title this episode, "Why Is Marriage Worth It?" I feel like I hear in society, stay single, this stuff like that, and I just think that's horrible advice, because this lady has changed my life, and I'm sure you could say the same, and hopefully you could say the same about me, but maybe you could say this dude changed my life, not this lady. Anyways, I don't know, just why is marriage worth it? Because when I think of why marriage is worth it, I'm thinking of conversations that we're having right now, because if I was going at this alone, it probably wouldn't be worth it, you know what I'm saying? Like, it'd be worth it, but it wouldn't be, I wouldn't be able to attack it in a way where I know that no matter what happens, I got my wife. And as long as I got my wife, it doesn't really matter what anyone says. It doesn't matter if we fail. It really doesn't matter, because I already have one,
Yeah.
And so that's kind of my short answer. But anyways, think about that, guys. Why is marriage worth it? How would you answer that to somebody watching that might be questioning in this day and age? You know, why is marriage worth it? You can start, Macy. You've been kind of quiet.
Yeah, let's go, Macy. Oh, gosh.
Let's see what you got, Macy.
Well, so when you said that, it made me think of, like, the Bible verse of 2 is better than 1. Hey. You know? So it's like the enemy, and everything goes back to the enemy. Like, it's just crazy how the enemy wants you to think that, like, that lifestyle or, like, you know, not having those responsibilities is going to, you know, I guess last and all that stuff. But when you're alone and it's nighttime or whatever, and those thoughts like creep into your head, like, oh my gosh, there's so many times that Foster and I just talk about the uncomfortable, the things that like people don't want to say and or admit, but like we all have those thoughts of like just the craziest things. And God said, like, when you confess your sins to other people, like, you will be set free. So you are my helper here on earth, and when I'm down, you help me, and when you're down, I help you. So in everything that we do too, it's just like every day is extraordinary because I get to be with you and we dream together, and you have qualities that I don't have that God has blessed me with that you can have, you know?
Yeah, right back at you, definitely.
Yeah, and then there's things that like we complement each other. So that's why I think that marriage is so worth it. And it's funny because like the hardest things are often the ones that are most worth it. Yeah. You know, it's easy to fall into your temptations or the trap, but it's hard to have a healthy marriage that lasts a lifetime. And that's like so worth it because you're going to change generations.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine not having you to have those conversations with. I just don't know how I would get through.
That was good.
That was good.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you.
She is the best podcaster we've had. I'm not kidding.
Really?
You haven't done one in a while, though.
Yeah, I haven't.
No, I'm not kidding. I'm going off of what they say.
We need to hear you more.
That's what I'm saying.
I would love to.
Yes.
Definitely, though. But yeah, I couldn't imagine not having you to go to whenever people are questioning intentions, or a merch drop that you invested a ton into is flopping. These sets, by the way, go help us out. You know what I'm saying? But like stuff like that, it's like, gosh, without having that, I don't know how I don't think I could do this. And this didn't even exist until we met, and a year into us being together. You know, you brought something out of me that I don't think would have been brought out of me without you, you know? And so I just encourage people watching, you know, marriage is definitely worth it, because I know you could probably relate. A woman can build you up into a version of yourself you didn't even know existed, truthfully.
Facts.
Yeah. And on the flip side of that, it can be the opposite. They can also tear you down, but if you just do your due diligence and really having those uncomfortable conversations, you will be able to find the one. And that's what we've done. It didn't happen by just winging it. You know, we had to talk about the stuff that is not fun to talk about, but it worked out. Like, that's how you get here.
Yeah.
But
what would you say, baby?
I would say, like, when I look at marriage, I think about like a scale, like a tipping scale. And I always look at like the stem of the scale is, of course, God. Like that he is the center, he's the source of marriage, he's the creator of marriage. And then we have the tipping scale, pretty much the hands on the side. Then you have your male and female. And I think he was very strategic when he did that, because there, again, like you said, there's qualities that he brings to the table that I might not have, or qualities I bring to the table that he may not have. But it's like a tipping scale. We balance each other out. But the way that marriage, that I feel like I've learned is that, I mean, again, like 2 is better than 1, but it's also like we're not designed to be alone. And we have to understand that, like, we're designed to be together. Like, this is divine. This is a designed plan for us. And then, especially in the future, bringing children into the world and leaving legacies behind. And also, not even just children, like, your business is also your child. Like, this is your baby. Yes. And so just having things come into fruition, like, that takes the community aspect of basically for a male and a husband to bring together and to birth into the world. So I think, I don't know, what would you say?
No, I think you hit it on the head with that one. I would just give you guys an example of why I believe it's important, during that time where you brought up when I wanted to quit, I had my rock, I had my queen, and she was like, are you like, are you smoking or something? Like, what's going on? She's like, what are you doing? Like, this is what, she felt like God made me for. So, why quit just when things are getting difficult? Because I was talking about being a firefighter and, wanted to switch up my, my whole thing. And, I was serious too. Like, I was on Indeed. I was looking up jobs and everything.
Goodness, man.
I was about to give it all away. And, she spoke, to the winner inside of me, that I needed, so she was the one that brought me and helped bring me out of that darkness of, thinking like things was just all bad. She helped me find the good in those things. And, yeah, man, very similar to what you were saying about Macy when she came into your life like a year. And so same thing, Mona came in, it just turned me into a whole different man. I started like, she was like, you should paint the walls, and I painted the walls. And she was like, you should do this, you should do this. So she just had all of these amazing ideas because women, I feel like they have a better sense of like aesthetics and
most definitely,
like a more creative brain than some men, well, most men.
Oh, you won't see us drop anything without her approval.
Yeah.
Like every single thing we put out, I'm like, Macy, make sure I'm not crazy here.
No, for real. She did that, and we're actually in a process of rebranding No Limit Fitness because of Simona.
Okay.
She advocated for this rebrand, and she was very selfless in this experience because when I met her, she was doing massage therapy. She was finishing up her licensing for massage therapy, and she basically started her own company, Biomotives, when we had first met in 2022. And she had that going for a while, and we were just operating as partners with two different entities. It wasn't until now to where we actually kind of, combine or just merge. We merged both of our businesses together, and she came in with, more ideas to help elevate this thing. So we changing the colors of No Limit, the new,
so we gotta switch this.
Yeah, so we gotta switch.
Oh my goodness.
It's new colors, it's new logo, new mission, new vision. We really have God at the forefront of it. Like,
it's amazing, bro.
And all of that is because of my wife, So yeah, fellas, like, y'all better tighten up and really get y'all,
most definitely,
get y'all a wife, man. Don't be out here being for the streets. That's not gonna help build you. You make sure you get the right woman that's gonna actually help build the winner and the man of God inside of you. She should be challenging you to have a better relationship with God, bringing you closer to the things that God wants you to do. If she's not doing that, then you need to, move on to the next. So that's what I would say.
Yeah, and that starts today. Like, even if you are a single man out there or a single woman even, that starts today, You got to start putting that work in now so that when you do find the right one, it's going to be an easy transition into the dating and then eventually marriage. Because, man, I know that we found each other at the perfect time, but if we would have found each other sooner, it might have still had some healing to do, you know what I'm saying? And obviously we all still have some work to do. You're never going to reach that mountain high where you're done self-improving, but I would just challenge everybody to start on that today. It's so much more likely that you'll find the right one for you if you are already being the right one for them. How can you expect to find the right one for you if you ain't even going to be the right one for them?
Yeah, but also understand that, like, don't be afraid of marriage either. Because I know
that's true too.
I know for us per se, like, we really, growing up, marriage was always looked down upon. So it's like something that, it's like you get married, but divorce was very common in my family, or like marriages that just doesn't work, and it's just like a stale marriage that is like, okay, it can deter you from even wanting to do that.
Yeah.
So even just not being afraid, but your marriage is what you make it. You can't compare it to anybody else's marriage, because everybody's relationship is different. And you just got to find what works for you too.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I remember having some conversations with people that were telling me, I'm never getting married and stuff like that. And I literally just couldn't even imagine it. And divorce in my family, I don't know. I've never really met anyone like my family. We have none in our whole family. Like all my grandparents, well, my mom's parents and my dad's parents are married. They all had, well, my mom has 4 siblings. My dad has 3. Okay. They're all married. And I'm just like, wow, like for me, I was terrified. I'm like, I can't be the first, you know, like I can't be the, like, I got to really make sure this works. But then I met you, and I think the second week, probably like the 3rd time we hung out, I said, I'll propose to you this summer. I already knew it was going to happen.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because my parents are the only ones that are married in my family. So I know like destruction and how it can like affect the kids that you have. And so seeing all that, I don't think it shouldn't fear anybody to want to do that, because if anything, it should make you want to do it more, you know, like where you have fears, like that's your limit. And so I think that on the other side of fear is like just freedom, you know? So yeah, seeing all the things that did not go right helps our marriage to, you know how to make it right. So
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and I feel like with that, like you were saying earlier, Macy, you know, it always comes back or goes back to the enemy, you know, and fear is not of the Lord.
Definitely.
You know, so anytime people are fearful or they're afraid or they scared, that's the enemy trying to have a hold of your mind. And, you know, you don't have to like, you know, overdo it. You can just do it in the most simple ways. You know what I'm saying? And it'll take over 10 years of your life just from doing something so simple, or being scared or being afraid of something so simple, you know.
Y'all don't even know that I feel called out right now, bro, because I'm in a place, I don't know if you knew, I still have a full-time job alongside of all this.
Okay.
So basically, bro, I'm in like a weird position right now because my job is more of a summer job. Like right now is our slow time. So like ethically, if you were to walk away, you do it now. And if you don't walk away, you're pretty much committed to another year.
Okay.
And so I'm in like a position right now where do I walk away? Do I not? And I'm questioning myself right now if I'm living in fear, holding myself back, or if I'm being tactical about it. But at the same time, I'm praying to God, and one day I'll feel God telling me, you know, go all in, and the next day I feel God telling me be patient, like David was, you know. And so I'm like in a spot, but I don't know, kind of what you said, and what you said, fears of the enemy. But what did you just say a second ago? You said fear.
On the other side of fear is freedom.
That's it. Yeah. So I'm like, shoot, dude, that's good stuff. This might be God talking to me through y'all right now. So.
Well, I can tell you this. So I worked ever since I was 14 years old.
Yeah.
I've always had at least 2 jobs. That's
crazy. That's awesome.
Yeah, always. Because if I just have one, I feel like I'm not doing enough. But when I met Demontez, I still was working. I was working at a wellness center at this time. And when I was done with massage school, I ended up having this, this push to start my own business. And he was very gracious with me and very, he listened to me, and he really helped push me and didn't gatekeep anything that he learned from his business to help me get there without having to go through all that he went through of creating a business. But I was still having a job with it. And I just remember talking to him. I was just like, oh my gosh, like this is frustrating. Like I love the place that I was at, but at the same time, it was just like, I'm doing more work for this company when
I know what you're saying.
You know
Most
what I'm
definitely.
saying? Like it's like, and then I always kind of seen that cycle too, where it's like I was that employee that goes over and beyond for the company that I was working with, but I always felt like, okay, like why am I, like I'm going so hard for this company? Why can't I go hard for something that I can grow on myself?
For sure.
And so, I was battling it for a long time of leaving and just going all in on my business. And the minute I did it, so many blessings on the other side.
Oh my goodness.
It was so many blessings. I mean, I had to, now it's not going to be perfect. It's not going to be easy selling.
Yeah.
There's going to be low moments, but the freedom I had mentally of knowing that if I fail is because I didn't wake up and do what I was supposed to do.
Definitely, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But all this energy that I have to put into this other business, I took it all and put it in my own.
Yeah.
And then now I was molded in that area to now do the same thing with No Limit. So you just gotta take that risk.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's what I was saying.
Keep praying on. And you know what? Out of all the people that I talked to about this, there's one person that from back when this didn't even make money, it was just a podcast.
Yeah.
This person was still telling me to go all in. It was her. She's saying, you need to do this full time.
Yeah.
And I'll tell people, I'm like, Macy always tells me, they're like, that's because she knows you better than anyone. She sees the greatness in you. So another reason why marriage is so important.
Yeah.
Gotta listen to your wife.
I know. It's either going to be this year or next year. It's coming. I just don't. The big thing for me is I would hate to do it too soon. But also, is it ever too soon is the other thing.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
You got to wait on God's timing.
Definitely.
You really have to wait on his timing. And when I left, so don't do what I did.
Okay.
So
what'd you do?
So I had so much bottled up frustrations of the job that I was at. Because it was just like, again, putting all this time and effort into it, but also like, I see the potential in this business. Yeah. But you are not meeting that potential in which I see that this business can go. And I just let it bottled up. And one day it took like a cherry on top of something that it was like kind of tipped me off. Yeah. And it wasn't even that serious. It was just a matter of, hey, I need you to stay late or stay later than when you're scheduled. Yeah. And I was mad. But it didn't have anything to do with them. It had everything to do with me because I let it all fester in me and I exploded to the point where it was just like, okay, I should have left a long time ago. Yeah. Like, I really should have left a long time ago.
Gosh, I just related with that a lot, too. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie.
Yes, but, you know.
I probably am doing exactly what you're doing at the moment.
But I did learn humility with that. I had to apologize because I didn't even show up at work that next day. So that put a hindrance on the business. So I did learn humility. I stood firm. I apologized. But then I was just like, okay, God, like, thank you for teaching me like my integrity and also like the humiliation that I have to experience, because then I was able to utilize that fear of having to do that in my own business. Yeah. So it's like, okay, it came easier whenever it was time for me to do it for my own business. But I had to leave. I was supposed to leave a long time ago.
Yeah. No, definitely.
Yeah.
So I got a something from the Bible that talks about faith. So I've been doing this this activity. We're trying to like memorize scripture. So I like pick 3 different, areas in which I feel like I need help with. Faith is one, strength is the other, and then the last one is temptation. Okay. So faith, the scripture I have right here is Hebrews 11:1. Now faith is confidence in what we hope for and assurance about what we do not see. So, kind of think about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, even though you can't see it, it's about the faith that you have right now that you're applying to get to the things that you can't see. Because if it was just up to like you just like, not having faith, then you would have already done it.
Yeah, definitely.
But you haven't, because you really haven't applied the right amount of faith into, trusting God.
That is so true, bro.
So
that's so true, because
think about that.
That is what faith is, because if it was guaranteed to work out, obviously you would do it. But nah. And then the crazy part is, I might be blocking my own blessings here. That's the big thing that
you
I
gotta rely on God.
Definitely,
and you can hold Him up to His word. At the end of the day, you be like, look, I'm expecting this because this is what your word says. So I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I'm doing right by my wife. I'm, doing all of the things. So I'm going to apply my faith right now and have confidence in it. And, slowly but surely, you'll get to where you're trying to go.
Yeah, definitely, bro. Definitely. And I remember when I started this whole thing, it was a faith decision. Like, I had no idea that we'd be where we're at today. I genuinely thought it would be like a couple season podcasts. It'd just be a cool little thing I could say I did, but dude, I never knew it'd be here. And we met through EMP. I was gonna say we got to shout out Jaybird for connecting us.
Shout out to Jaybird.
Without
Axel.
Yep. Without them, bro, we wouldn't even have met. That's crazy.
That's true.
All right, I want to switch the camera one more time. Give us one last little segment out here, because I wanted to cut out.
Let's do it.
That brown.
The best is that black and pink. That's been the best seller this year.
Yeah, I can see a lot of them girls getting those.
I don't know if it's my favorite, but it's been the best seller.
Well, which one is your favorite?
This one. I think that's my favorite. Actually, it's one of these two.
Okay.
I'm wearing that one under this right now.
Okay. Yeah,
Mom says yours was the best seller last year. That black one down there. Hey, show the people. He's repping today.
Yes.
Well, first you got the champion, but coolest champion set I ever seen on. But yeah, and that's the, it's a real one if they got the oval, bro. I'm telling you,
Yes,
that's the
old
OG.
one.
Let's go. We're actually updating our front logo again. I try to always update it just so people can, first of all, be like, yo, I've been here since this time. And then also people can be like, okay, I need the new one too, you know?
Uh-huh.
But anyways, y'all, we could wrap this up however we want, and then we don't have to do it anytime soon. We got another fresh 30 minutes here.
Okay.
So, Macy, what do you want to bring up? You've
Well,
been saying
I was
everything.
thinking about one thing. So when you're talking about humility, you know, and like how to humble yourself, our pastor says, like, when you say I do, and this like with marriage. So when you say I do, you say that I die to my own self. And so something about marriage, like people think that when you get married, like, okay, I still want to do my own selfish ways and I want things to still go my way. And like you're going to butt heads and that's just not going to work. And that's why marriage is hard at times, but it's so worth it because you learn so much about yourself and God grows you so much when you humble yourself and sacrifice and serve, even when you don't, necessarily always want to. So that made me think of how when you say like that you are going to marry someone, it's like, okay, well, are you ready to put yourself last,
Definitely. Especially, and then we're hoping to have kids here in the next year or so.
Yes.
And that's going to be a whole nother level to what she was just saying.
Thanks.
Yeah. Okay, well, kids, though, what are you guys thinking about? You thinking about having kids soon?
Yes.
Yeah, we want kids for sure.
I know you're a little bit older than us.
Yeah.
How old are you guys?
I'm 29.
29? Okay.
Ooh, it is crazy to say that.
Yeah, I'm 25. I'm
I
about to be
just turned
26 here
Okay.
in a couple months.
Okay.
She's going to be 24.
I'm 23.
23. Oh,
Yeah.
So we're,
32.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
we're thinking if we want to have the amount of kids we want, we need to start pretty soon.
How many y'all want to have?
I say
He doesn't actually want that many.
I say
think.
10 as an expression.
Okay.
Like
I want a lot.
three,
I want-
3 to 5.
Don't let her say 3. Don't let her say 3. It's gonna
or
be 5
4,
at least.
4 to 5. I don't know.
5 to 8.
God willing, we'll
I ain't
see.
the one holding the kid though, so ultimately,
Damn,
But-
that's a whole basketball squad.
I'm telling you, bro. Somebody's going pro. I'm kidding. Probably not. We're gonna be too short. Our kids are gonna be, but they're gonna
never
be dogs
know.
though.
Hey, they can be fast.
They're gonna have her like her Asian qualities of the speed,
Like
and
karate
then
skills.
I don't know what I have. I don't know. Hopefully they got your genetics though.
Yeah.
Macy's got the best hand-eye coordination out of anyone I've ever met
Did you play sports?
I played like every sport.
Really?
Okay.
So,
for a year.
yeah, like I never stuck with something because I always wanted to do something different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's funny because, people probably don't know that.
What was
Yeah.
the sport that you had the most fun in?
The sport that I had the most fun in was softball because I was really good at softball.
Okay.
But
She comes and plays wiffle ball with us in his home.
For real?
yeah,
Hey, okay.
so I don't play sports anymore.
Well,
But
okay,
in
just
college we did intramural.
I was gonna tell him you gotta.
was
If we're gonna talk about sports, you gotta tell him the story of your best play of all time.
I can't remember.
Come on, you can remember. It was
Which
flag
one was
football. It
it?
was our intramural flag football league. It was a
shoot.
men and women's team,
Okay.
and I was quarterback.
There's 2 stories.
You
That-
you tell it, and if you need me to help, I can
Okay,
jump
so
in.
this one story is so I was supposed to call me Chris Jones.
Oh yeah, you tell that story. I'll tell the other.
Okay.
That's a good one.
So I was like, and I don't know the words like but I was like,
We're in the championship. It was
Yeah.
a championship game.
so I was trying to like get their flag.
Sack the quarterback.
Yeah, sack the quarterback. And so he actually didn't he play football and
He went to their quarterback went to Northwest to be a quarterback for the Bearcat football team, which is like the best D2 school.
Yeah.
And then he ended up not sticking with it. And so now we're facing him in that
Okay, yeah.
intramural championship game.
Okay.
Okay.
so then they wanted me to like keep chasing him to get his flag, and so I broke his ankles almost. So I was like, I kept like running him, chasing him, and he was like getting mad at me because I was doing really good. And it was funny, but I did get his flag, and that made us win the play, right? Or the
Yeah,
game.
so it was their last drive. They had to score. If they scored, we're going to overtime. If they didn't, we were going to win. And it was 3rd down, and she is running after him, and he didn't really see her, and she just swipes his flag, sacks him. And he looked at me, he said, you left this part
Oh,
out. He
I
looked at
can't
me, he said,
remember.
Foster, I'm sorry for what's about to happen. Like he was about to do something. She rushes him. He falls down, and she pulls his flag, and we won because of we said, "You're Chris Jones, Macy's Chris Jones."
Let's go.
That was so
Crazy.
fun.
Okay.
I love that.
That's tight.
So Macy won us a championship.
Let's
and then the year
go.
before, we didn't win the championship the year before, but that year, her real best play ever.
Hey.
So we're at midfield, last play of the game. There is like 2 seconds left. We're down 8. And if a female scores the touchdown, or if she throws or catches a touchdown, it's a 9-point touchdown. So I snap it. I'm looking around. Nobody's open. And then I look like at the goal line. It's like 35 yards down the field. It was Macy and someone closing in. So I was like, I have to throw a bullet. Will she catch it? I don't know. I laser it as hard as I can. She reaches up, snags it, turns around. The guy closing in's coming in. Huge dude, like 6'5" guy. She jukes him out. He falls. She scores. And we win on the last play. And everyone in the field house went nuts.
Oh,
It was legendary, dude.
Okay, Macy.
I get embarrassed when he tells these stories.
She does, and that was the only reason she was ever, if she ever had an off day, it was because of that. She'd get embarrassed to be as good as she actually is.
Wow.
She is amazing at, dude. She snagged that like better than like Xavier Worthy, bro.
I know you was like that.
Okay, Macy.
I probably I don't remember that.
I felt so proud.
I feel like I blacked out after. So.
No, probably.
That's tight.
Yeah.
Well, we just shared some of our memories. What's some great memories you guys have?
Was it as far as sports or
Anything.
just anything?
Time out. I think I just heard the camera. Hold on.
Oh
hold on.
shoot!
I did. I'm too good. Hold on.
Did it?
Oh, this one's dead.
No.
Hold on.
You didn't charge it.
Did y'all get that on camera?
Yeah, it just turned off. I heard it too. I think.
I'm talking about your play.
Oh no! I don't think so.
Dang.
Well, I actually did used to record his. So we didn't get our vlog camera until maybe your last year. No, but yeah, that was pretty fun.
That would have been really dope.
I know, because I don't remember. Like it's just a memory. So I'm like, I wish I could see it what it looks like.
Oh.
But how many kids do you guys want?
Hold up.
Oh.
Are we good?
We're back, baby. All right, Macy, ask that again.
I was gonna say, how many kids do you guys want? Because we were talking about it.
So I grew up the only child primarily. I mean, I have siblings on my father's side, but I grew up the only child. So I used to say I want a whole basketball team plus subs. But then reality kind of sunk in with me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, I have to deliver these kids. So I'll say about 4.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll say about 4.
4.
You do
For
too.
sure.
Yeah.
4.
That's fire.
Yeah.
Do you have any preference on like how many are boys, how many are girls? Obviously, that's up to God, but
Yeah. So we have a common number that I feel like God shows us often, which is 2.
okay.
And I have twins that run in my family. So it's on my dad's side and it's on my mom's side.
Yeah.
And and it's skipped our generation, so it's up for like me and my generation
crazy, having
on
twins.
both sides, and nobody has had them yet. And so I was,
Lord willing.
Yeah. You want twins?
yes.
Yeah. That would be
That
cool.
would be amazing.
Oh, that'd be so
awesome.
cool, dude.
it would be, but I'll probably be done after that. But but I will say I don't know. I really can't say that if I want a girl or boy first. I really don't know.
Yeah.
I would like to have an even number.
Yeah.
If God's willing. But I don't
Like
know.
2 girls, 2 boys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like have a
Yeah.
nice
That's
even
cute.
balance.
Yeah.
Because if I mean, all boys.
3 boys or 2 or 3 girls is just like
If it's 3 girls, that would be probably a lot of drama in the teenage years. But if it's 3 boys, your house is gonna be trashed.
yeah.
and he has experience. So he has had custody over his sister. She's grown now, but he's still brother Paul. You know.
Yeah, definitely.
So he has experience with being like a father to a girl.
Yeah.
And so I think he has that down pat.
Oh, that's
so
that's fire.
to
That's
see
cool.
him though with his little like boy though, he needs a little boy. He really needs a
Aw,
little boy.
that's so cute.
That's
I cannot
awesome.
wait.
Yeah, we train a lot of girls too. So
Yeah, we
Yeah,
I
do.
feel like my approach towards training, female athletes is different between males.
Oh, definitely.
Because my tone, the way that I approach it is
Yeah.
definitely different. Like we train the roots boys, and I can be a little bit more like,
Like like, come on.
Yeah, a little more, you know, aggressive. You know
Yeah,
what
we'll
I'm
go with that.
saying?
Yeah.
And then I try to be less aggressive, but still very, you know,
Direct and
and you know, still being stern, but
Mm-hmm.
also, you know, learning how to loosen up a little bit.
Yeah.
Because if you give them too much, you know, firmness and too much aggression, they like looking at you like you crazy.
Oh, most
And-
definitely, bro.
And being from Chicago, like I'm already like a naturally like tough person, you know, just because it just makes you.
Yeah.
We just like aggressive people, you know, like we passionate, you know, I should
Yeah.
say.
Very
So
passionate.
the passion might come off as like, oh my goodness, they don't really know how to handle it.
Felt
So
that.
I had to learn. But having 2 boys and 2 girls would definitely be like
That'd be
ideal.
cool.
That would be dope.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so awesome.
We'll go like 3 boys, 3 girls.
3-3. Hey.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm going to be a boy mom.
I do too. She keeps
Yeah.
saying that.
Boys run in your family and my family majority. Like, I'm the only girl.
I
from-
need a girl though.
Oh,
I need like
shit.
1 girl at least. So if we have like, that's the only way we'll have 10 kids. If we have like 9 boys, we're going for the 10th. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I'm just joking.
we have like
Maybe.
a few girls. That'd be
Yeah,
crazy.
I don't know. But anyways,
I think girls are, you know, they'll care more and probably take care of you when you get older. You know,
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's
That's true.
the boys
Yeah.
they probably just, you know.
hopefully the boys have succeeded on some
Yeah.
business venture. And
Yeah.
hopefully our girl is still like coming around. Boys, you go do your
Yup.
thing.
Just give me the house and the cars.
Yeah.
No.
So
Nah.
so I got a question for you guys.
All right.
So as we know, 2026 is right around the corner.
Yes, it is.
Any ambitions, anything that, you know, you guys are trying to accomplish in the year 2026?
Well, we did come up with a mindset the other day that Macy, do you want to tell them? You remember it?
Dude, no.
We were out. Dude, we don't
can't
go on
remember
dates much.
anything.
We don't go on dates or anything recent. Well, I'd take that back. We do stuff together, but we are trying to not spend any money because we're
Okay.
trying to save up for a house.
Okay.
And like we want to buy this house in 2027. So 2026, we're like locking down. Like like we're not doing anything fun unless it's free, you know. But aside from that, the reason I bring that up is we did go on a date the other night. We went to Mod Pizza, which is like a big deal for us these days.
Okay.
And when we were sitting there, we were just talking, having a great conversation. We hadn't had that time to sit down and really connect in that way recently, just
This
because
is our dog.
we got a dog, and it's like we'll be sitting there talking, he'll jump in our face, and he just is
Yeah.
crazy.
He is.
I
But-
understand.
Anyways, what we came up with was we were just talking about how I was kind of sharing about how I was going through a time where we were getting those, like we were talking about some weird people questioned our intentions and stuff, and something specifically happened that I won't get into much, but basically someone that we really never would expect to be against us recently, I've kind of noticed they're gone, and then I kind of found out that they don't, whatever. We'll keep it going on audio for a second. They don't necessarily support what we're doing. It's like one of the last people I'd ever guess. Not family, thankfully, but anyways, it just kind of hurt, and we were just talking about how that, I was telling Macy how that was affecting me, and like I hadn't really ever brought that up to her. So our new mindset for 2026 is not everybody has to like me, and I'm okay with that. I don't really want everybody to like me anyways. Is that
So
kind of, we said it in a
Probably
good
something
way.
like that.
It was
I don't care. Wait,
yeah.
I don't know what it was. It's okay.
Oh,
I don't
wait.
even care anyways.
No, it's this. Not everyone has to like me. That's okay. I don't want anyone to like me anyway. That's what it was.
Okay.
But anyways, that's what we're trying to just go into, like really hit on the fact that we got each other, and more than that, we're blessed with a great family. We're blessed with people like you guys that I know at any point I could hit you guys up if we really needed somebody. Same for you with us.
Facts.
And there's a ton of people out there like that, you know, and just to even have stuff added on to the great thing I have with Macy, like that's a blessing. So why am I letting some random person, or not random, or anyone bring down me in this season where I have so much good, you know? I think that's something interesting.
Well, you know, Jesus was perfect, and they still found a way not to.
Most
like
definitely,
Jesus, you know?
yes.
So,
Yeah.
That's what she said
you
that
know,
night.
at the end of the
That's
day, yeah. So at the end of the day, they always gonna find a way to dislike or discredit or question and stuff like that, no matter how much good you do. So you can't, you know, going back to what I was saying earlier, like looking for validation through people and, you know, trying to get appreciation from everybody is not, it's just not realistic. You know?
Yeah, for sure.
So, man, I just, and I, you know, I think we should maybe end with a prayer. You know?
Yeah, for sure.
And-
For
and
sure.
with
You
a-
know what? Since it's just audio,
Yeah.
we could wrap it up, but we
Yeah.
do need to do another one of these
For
days.
sure.
Because this was fire. And I feel
Yeah.
like we could go on for another 2 hours.
Heck
honestly.
yeah.
Yeah.
That might be God working there too, because I
know.
know we got this pop up later too.
Yeah.
So maybe that was God telling us wrap this thing up.
12:45. So. You know.
Yeah, actually, that probably was God wrapping this up. But yeah, let's do it, bro.
All right. Thank you, Lord. We come to you today, Lord, and just want to glorify your name. We come to you humble and just with our hearts open. Thank you for allowing Foster and Macy to, let us be a part of this journey. Thank you for my wife being by my side and me being by her side throughout this journey. We ask that you continue to bless us beyond measures, Lord. We ask that you continue to open up the windows of heaven and just pour us out blessings that we don't have room enough to receive. Bless Macy and Foster's union. Lord, continue to keep them protected from the seen dangers and unseen dangers. Continue to keep their family members and friends and loved ones protected as well. Ask that you continue to guide Foster and allow him to see things clearly as he's wanting to venture off and do his own thing, Lord. So we just ask that you give him the strength, both mentally, physically, spiritually, financially, all of the things so that he feels secure to, follow what it is that you want him to do. And the same for Macy and the same for us, Lord, as you know what we've been battling. So we just thank you for this conversation. Thank you for, this opportunity. Hopefully this blesses people who are listening and watching across the globe and in Kansas City, Lord. And, we pierce through hearts that are hardened and soften them up, Lord. These are things we ask for in Jesus' name. Thank you. Amen.
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 Amen, baby. That was amazing. Great way to end it.
Yes.
Thank you.
Gosh, guys, appreciate y'all coming out here.
Yes,
We're
thank
definitely
you.
going to run it back.
Yeah.
I'm not
Hopefully
here
we
looking.
gotta take a picture.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, let's do that. We'll do that right now. But anyways, if you're still listening, YLIWL25, all caps YLIWL25 on the website for free shipping. That code is going to switch here in a couple weeks, though, because it's going to be 2026. So
Yes, get that merch.
yeah, go tap in. But hey, I love you guys. Thanks for listening this long if you're still here. And we'll catch you next time. We're officially back, baby. Peace. Kept looking at the camera like...